Okay, y'all, we have got to nail down these 3 key pillars of a strong elevator pitch. This is coming from a former corporate recruiter at both Pepsi and Uber, also career coach. What I'm referring to goes by a lot of names. This could be your elevator pitch, professional pitch, or what I would call it, a career story. A career story is typically the answer to tell me about yourself. You're gonna hear at the beginning of every single interview you have. While most people just see this as a resume walk going through what they've done, what this really needs to be is a compelling story that gets somebody on board with you and your experience and you being a good candidate for that role. First is the aspect of storytelling. You want to do this to make it easy to follow and understand. While your experience is very clear to you, it may not be clear to somebody else. What that means is making sure you're being chronological, giving them context when you talk about a story or a skill. You cannot rely on or expect the interviewer to ask all of the questions to get the story straight. They are speaking with many people. They may not take the time because the person before you or after you is going to give a clear story. So it's up to you to make it clear to the person you're speaking to. The second is making sure you're highlighting relevant things. So whether you are networking or you're interviewing for a job, you need to understand what's going to be relevant to that person. If I'm hiring you to run digital marketing campaigns, your background in finance may not be the most compelling thing to share. That doesn't mean you don't share it at all, but there is a strategic way to convey that information and make yourself sound like a really relevant and strong candidate for that role. One of the most important parts of your story is one of the things I see so many people leave out, and that is your why. I've told you all of my background, but this is why I am here today. This is why I'm having this conversation with you, why I'm interested in this role and why I'm interviewing. A lot of times this should be forward-looking. So I am looking to gain this skill. I want exposure to this area. I know I can bring a lot of value to this organization based on what I just shared with you. The goal of your story is to share as much relevant information as quickly as possible upfront. However, you need to keep it clear and straightforward so the person you're speaking to can actually go on that journey with you and understand. Some of the biggest mistakes I see people make are telling a story that is either too short or too long, a story that is not organized, or simply one that is not informative. You're not giving the right information for that person to make a decision. Believe it or not, your career story can make or break an interview. This is coming from someone who has interviewed hundreds of candidates at Fortune 50 companies. Beyond that, the confidence that comes with knowing your story is completely unmatched. Instead of sitting in the moment trying to recall all of these things, you are going to have a clear idea of what you want to convey and what you want to get across. That allows you up front to actually tailor the conversation. You get to say, these are the things I want you to focus on because I know they're relevant. I will admit this is not easy, and this is one of the areas that most people I work with do struggle. If you have questions, if you need help, go to the link in my bio, sign up for that complimentary consultation. Let me know your questions in the comments, and good luck.